I'm Anil Kumar, and here is an excellent question to review application of linear equations. Question is, perimeter of a rectangle is 12 centimeters. Explain how you can show all possible set of points representing the dimensions of this rectangle. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now, let us consider a rectangle, and then we'll see how to solve this particular question. Let's say this is the rectangle whose length is L and width is W. So what is the perimeter? Perimeter is 2 times length plus width, correct? That is the perimeter. Now how can I find all possible sides of length and width and represent them with some way, right? So graphically, I think. So I think you got the clue. So you can pause the video now and answer the question. Right. So the question here is, perimeter of a rectangle is 12. So what we are given is perimeter is 2 times length plus width. Perimeter is 12. So 12 is 2 times length plus width. Dividing by 2, we get 6 equals to length plus width. Now how does this solve our problem? Explain how you can show all possible set of points representing the dimensions of this rectangle. Well, we can write one variable in terms of the other. So let us say L is equals to 6 minus W. Now, if I sketch a graph, so let me sketch a graph here with different values of W. So let's say that the width is plotted along the x-axis and length is plotted along the y-axis. Then we should get set of points representing the dimensions of this rectangle, correct? So let's make a table of values to do so. So what we will do here is that for different values of W, that is the width, we will find length. So that is what we will do. So let's calculate one by one. So if width is, let us say, approaching 0, right? In that case, 6 minus 0 will be 6, correct? Okay. If width is 1, then length will be 6 minus 1, which is 5. If width is, let us say, 2, in that case, it will be 6 minus 2 is 4. So likewise, we can get a couple of points. And if width is, let us say, 6, then the length will be 0. If I take width at 7, then it becomes negative. Well, that is not possible, since the dimensions should be always positive. So this is not possible, correct? Now we are looking for dimensions. So these points could be plotted on the graph. So let's say 6, 0, that means W is 0, and let's say this is the value 6. On the other hand, we have W as 6 and length as 0, right? So these are the 2 points which are not really possible, but they are limiting points for our case, right? So everything in between is the set of points whose combination L plus W will give us the perimeter, right? So any point in between, so some we have, for example, but any point on this straight line, so this is our straight line, okay? It doesn't look like, but it is, okay? Straight line whose equation is L equals to 6 minus W, right? So that line represents the set of points which could be dimensions of this rectangle. So on this straight line, we will call this point as 6 the x-intercept, and the y-intercept is also 6, right? But these 2 points are not included, since the rectangle has to have some dimensions, right? If 0 width means we do not really have a rectangle. So we can say that the width of this rectangle is from 0 to 6, where these two values are not the real values, right? So anything greater than 0 but less than 6 are all possible values of the width, which will give you corresponding dimensions for the length as calculated by the formula length equals to 6 minus width, right? So I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.